All right, welcome to the first episode of Kings of Opinion. We're going to be talking anything and everything all over sports, movies, TV, and basically anything we want to talk about. And not much is going to be factual at all. I'm introducing myself as Ryan, also nicknamed as Pugs, and we got the other Ryan, the Wanderer.
Hello.
We'll find out more about each other throughout the episodes, this, that, and the other, but Ryan, I'm going to jump right into it. I want to talk about Aaron Rodgers, a.k.a. Aaron, going to the Jets, hopefully this season. What do you got for me, pal?
Listen, it didn't look like it was working out in Green Bay. His time there has obviously passed. The Jets are definitely a young team with some talent. I think it could definitely work. But I'm not sure how his vibe is going to react with the New York, sports media atmosphere. That's, just a thought. But what do you got?
I'm going to tell you right now, I have been one of the biggest fans. Any of my friends will tell you that I loved Aaron Rodgers. My father was a Green Bay Packer fan and still is a Green Bay Packer fan. And we go back from Bart Starr to Brett Favre and now to Aaron Rodgers. But I got to tell you something. The last few years, I don't know if it's money, I don't know what it is, but this guy has gone borderline batshit crazy.
Could be substances.
I mean, well, it's got to be substances. I'm just speculating, but when you're going to go do a psychedelic conference before the football season and, you go into a dark cabin with nothing but a toilet, makes me think about, questioning some of his life choices. But then again, he's one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback in all of football. He's got a bunch of MVPs. I believe it's 4. Once again, we'll have someone eventually to fact check us, but for right now, we don't care. Like I said, it's all opinions.
Right.
I'm a big-time Jet fan, so I hope he comes here and just throws 45 touchdowns and brings us to the Super Bowl. Other than that, I don't care. I would have liked Derek Carr, but, he's gone now. He's gone to the Saints.
More than Rodgers?
Yeah, more than Rodgers. I liked him long term. I think he would have been.
Rodgers is your guy.
He was my guy. I don't know if he's my guy anymore. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, you're not feeling the ayahuasca and the mushrooms and DMT. That's not for you, huh?
No, that's not really my thing. Never really has been my thing, I guess you could say. At least not since college.
Right.
But people could do what they want nowadays.
Right.
I respect it. And at the end of the day, as long as he throws a bunch of touchdowns and brings us at the very least to the playoffs, if not to the Super Bowl, I'm happy with it.
Okay.
And I'm sure the Jets feel the same way. They don't care what he does in the offseason.
Okay, yeah. I mean, listen, maybe he's looking inward. Who knows? I guess only he knows, really. I guess I don't think I really have anything else about him right now. Although he's got some nice lady friends throughout his career, so good on him.
Yeah, I mean, you can't fault him for having these all these different types of lady friends. It's just where's he gonna go next? New York is such a big, vast place of beautiful women. So hopefully, I don't even know if he's dating anyone right now. Maybe he's dating just the mushrooms or whatever he's doing these days.
Hey,
but
I mean, yeah, who knows?
Who knows? But I just had to get that out there just before things get going even crazier with the NFL season.
Right. Yeah.
The whatchamacallit, the draft will be here before you know it. That's always an exciting time. So we'll see what the Jets do for that. Me personally, I think they need to go offensive line and defensive line, and make sure that this guy ain't going to get crushed before before game 1,
At least give him a chance, yeah.
Yeah, he's got to have plenty of protection. I'll tell you that. I'd still steer clear of anything else. They're good at, in most other areas. So let's just hope Joe Douglas knows what he's doing, which he did last year with the draft. So we'll see how the Jets, turn out after the draft and the rest of free agency as it keeps going. And I'm sure throughout the weeks we'll update everybody on all the moves that they're going to make. We could talk about the Giants. Giants are...
one more thing on the Jets.
Oh.
What about the receivers? What do you think? What do you think that looks like?
I think the receivers are good. They got one of Rodgers' guys, Alan Lazard. He's 27. He's steady. So, at least he's got one guy he could count on in there. And then you got the rookies.
Right.
You know, Wilson's going to be huge next year, especially with Aaron Rodgers there. You know, you got Elijah Moore. Yeah, I think they're going to be set. My only worry is Brees Hall, because he's coming from a serious injury, and that normally takes a lot of time.
He was a beast before that.
Huge. He was a huge catalyst last year for them winning a lot of those games in the early part of the season.
Yeah.
Then he went down, and you could see the struggles that Zach Wilson had. So,
Right.
you know, I don't know if
for sure.
yeah, I don't know if he was a main contributor of that, but he definitely had speed and burst potential. So,
Word.
you know, I hope he comes back stronger than ever. To be honest with you, he was huge.
So I think you were talking about the Giants next. You said?
Yeah, what can we say about the Giants? They overdid themselves last year, made it to the playoffs.
Dimes.
You know, they re-signed Dimes for a nice contract, which is good, and they
Deserved it. You know.
They retained Barkley, so that was good. And you know, I don't want to say the sky's the limit for them, but now they're gonna have a target on their back to make the playoffs again. Phillies aren't getting any weaker. God knows what Dallas is gonna do, and
You like the Waller signing?
I do. As long as he's healthy, I think he's a huge signing for Danny Dimes. When he was healthy, he was one of the best, if not the best, tight end in football. He's one of those like hybrid tight ends. He could do pretty much anything.
Yeah, he's a warrior, and Dimes is a warrior too. So.
And they're
say
well
that's a
coached.
Good, good thing to have.
The one thing that the Giants have that a lot of teams don't is they're well coached.
Oh, without a doubt.
So that goes, now you can kind of see what a well coached team can do. No one picked them to go to the playoffs, let alone win a playoff game in Minnesota. So.
Sorry, Kenny.
So they did that. Yeah, our apologies to our friend Kenny. He's a huge Vikings fan. But, yeah.
Actually, we feel worse for Mike, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, there's a few of them out there. But what can you do? You choose your teams and you hope for the best. I don't know.
Word.
But, I don't know. What do we got next? Let's see. We could go to baseball because baseball's right around the corner.
Yes.
We got less than 2 weeks away for opening day.
Right on.
You know, baseball's one of my favorite sports. I don't know about you, Wanderer, but...
Yeah, I'm pumped. A little less pumped after the World Baseball Classic news, but hey, I mean, that's you step on the field, it's a possibility.
Yeah, don't jump the gun. We'll get to it. We'll get to those injuries. Those are big-time injuries for some big-time ball clubs, which, to be honest, only helps my team, the Yankees, which is great. Especially the one, the latest one today, which is Jose Altuve. I think it was a fractured thumb, if I'm not mistaken.
That's unfortunate.
Yep, fractured his thumb during the World Baseball Classic. So, another person down in the World Baseball Classic. I mean, I got to tell you though, that's probably less, I guess, of a hurting for Houston because they got plenty of guys over there. But for the Mets, with Edwin Diaz celebrating after a huge win to blow out his knee, that's
Devastating.
yeah, it's just tragic for the Mets. But thankfully, they signed a bunch of guys in their bullpen that maybe could
Hopefully
step
they
up.
can make it work.
Yeah, make it work for a little bit. It's almost season ending. I mean, there is a slight chance, I guess, technically, that 8 months from now you could see him in a playoff game if the Mets make the playoffs or whatever, but he'd have to ramp up his arm, so I don't know if they even tried chancing it this year. I guess you got to see where they are and what the situation is and see if you can even give him an inning. Because it's not like he's a starting pitcher, you know, like
Right.
you don't have to ramp him up velocity-wise in order to get him just to pitch to a couple batters. So he may have a chance to come back at the end of the season. I guess it all depends. But knee, that's tough. So, you know.
Is there a game today?
A baseball game?
The World Baseball Classic?
I don't know.
Or was that yesterday?
Well, there was one yesterday. USA was playing Venezuela, and they were losing in the eighth.
Oh.
Trey Turner hit a grand slam on an 0-2 count, and they wound up winning that game.
Oh, so USA did win.
Yeah, they
Nice.
won. Yes, they did.
USA. Okay, USA.
Yep. So they're doing all right. You know, we'll see how everything's going right now with.
So when would they play next?
You know what? It's a good question. Well, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I'm gonna have to get the Geek Squad in the other room to
We need our
look.
tech guy.
Yeah, look some of this up. Well, I like to call them the Geek Squad.
Steve
You know,
Stat guys.
we could plug Best Buy a little bit with the Geek Squad. You know.
That one's for free, I guess.
Yeah, we'll give that to them for free for now.
Maybe give me some headphones or something.
Yeah, maybe an iPad or two, or
It'd be nice.
Nothing crazy. We don't ask for
We're
much
not
here on
asking
this
for a
show.
lot.
Yeah, maybe just stuff to work around here.
Billion-dollar corporation probably.
Oh boy. So the classic. Well, today Cuba is playing USA in the classic semifinals for the baseball
What time is
classic.
that?
7:00.
Nice.
Also
little
Mexico and
Sunday
Japan.
Evening, twilight game.
Yeah.
I mean, what more do you want than that?
As long as nobody gets hurt, that's all that matters.
Well, I mean, Lord willing, nothing will happen. But
Listen, I'm just glad there's no Yankees playing over there for right now. They took them all back, so we have.
They said return to sender.
Yeah, we have enough problem just playing in spring training games, not getting hurt, let alone playing in the World Baseball Classic. Gosh, and sometimes not even that. They're just thrown off a mound, or some random thing. It makes me think of Major League when Ed Harris is walking out after drinking Joe Boo's rum, and he gets hit with the baseball bat and goes down.
Yeah,
that's what the Yankees.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah, that's what the Yankees make me feel like. It's like the Indians from Major League.
There's some fucked up shit they did that's coming back to haunt them at some point.
100%.
It could be tomorrow. It could be the next day. It could be a couple hours.
How many times can you blame the trainers? The trainers are fit as fuck. You know what I mean? And these guys are professional athletes. Have been working out since they were probably 12.
Right.
Yeah,
there's some bad mojo there.
Yeah, these are some freak specimens. All of a sudden, forearm hurts, my pinky. What's next?
Yeah.
I tore my balls. I don't understand. Maybe they need to be fat and not, 1% muscle. 1% fat and 99% muscle. Maybe it's just me.
Right on.
I don't remember Babe Ruth ever getting hurt, and all he did was drink beer and eat hot dogs.
Right, and probably rip heaters, in the dugout.
100%. Mickey Mantle, another guy.
Yeah.
Boozed all day. God bless him, though. God bless them both.
Shout outs to Mickey Mantle. Rest in peace. My mother and father, actually, when we lived in Dallas, they would see him at a bar down there, I think, all the time. And they said he's a really nice guy and everybody's friend, I guess, just a real cool dude.
That's actually amazing. I've known you over 10 years, and I've never heard that story. I guess you were just waiting for the perfect moment to share with us that, your parents knew Mickey Mantle and pretty much were like, childhood friends of his,
Timing is everything.
I guess you're right. Can't blame you. My great-great-grandfather knew Shoeless Joe Jackson. I don't know if you knew that.
Did not.
No, that's because it's false. I'm making it all up. I just,
Thanks for sharing.
Sometimes I just can't believe the stories that come out of your mouth. I don't know. But,
Mine is true. I'll go to the stand with that one.
You had to get that out there. Folks, my story was false. His is true, just to be clear.
Yeah, please don't, take what we say and,
With a grain of salt, I guess.
Yeah, with discretion. Let's go with that. We're not telling you what to do. We're just giving you opinions.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Facts. Few and far in between.
We'll let you guys decide what are facts and what is fiction on this show. This is just all for fun.
Sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. So, that's also a fact.
I just wanted to say that, with us being in the tri-state area, really New York based, if you're looking for a good lawyer in the New York State area, you look no further. We have a lawyer for you for all your legal needs, such as starting a new business, buying any business, closing, wills, bankruptcy, personal injury. It doesn't matter. Whatever you need, he can do it. Reach out to Amish Doshi at 516-622-2335 or his website, www.doshilegal.com. With that being said, that's our first plug for our first show. And I don't think there's going to be many more from that. But we're going to switch gears a little bit now while the Wanderer is getting a nice cold one. I think we're going to go with a quick little, talk about the March Madness brackets.
Wait, can we go back to baseball for a second?
We sure can. We can do whatever we want here. No one's paying our bills.
I have my fantasy baseball draft coming up. I need to keep 2 people. I just showed you my roster. I think you have a picture of it. I'm thinking about keeping Michael Harris, the outfielder, on the Braves because I picked him up as a free agent, so then I would get him in the 15th round, I believe, which is, great value.
So you'll lose the 15th round is what you're telling me?
Yeah, I guess you would say lose in that sense. So yeah, I would like to keep him. For pitcher, I was thinking about maybe Quantrill just for value. He's not a big strikeouts guy, but he's he's pretty solid for the second half of the season. But I would like to know your opinion from looking at my roster, please.
Okay, so I got a couple questions for you before we even make decisions on any of this stuff. I need to know a few people where you got them in your draft in order to make some kind of headway with your roster.
This was a long time ago, but I'll try my best.
Well, just give me what you got. So I'm going to ask you for where you got Mookie Betts, Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Alec Bregman.
Bregman was shit.
By the way, I hate that guy. By the way, Alec
he
Bregman.
was shit last year, so I'm not keeping him. That's just certain. But yeah, I definitely got him early on. I kept Vlad last year, so I'm not sure if I'm even able to keep him.
Oh, so he's off the table possibly.
But it was relatively early. I think maybe the 5th round or something like that. And Betts was probably my first pick, I would imagine.
All right, so yeah, I guess you're safest there with Michael Harris. That wouldn't be a bad pick. And now, as far as your pitchers are concerned, the only guy I would think you would keep is Shane Bieber. I mean, he's solid all the way around. He gives you strikeouts.
Yeah, he did have a good year, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you're going for as far as, like, how your points are told. I would assume wins,
right?
Strikeouts,
Yep.
stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's pretty solid all the way around. And he wasn't injured last year.
Right, yeah, he was pretty solid all year. So it's good to thank you.
I see you have Frankie Montas on here, who's a complete utter disaster.
Yeah, once he went again. There you go with that Yankee mojo. As soon as he went there, shit just got worse.
Yeah, and not only that, I think he was the first person injured in spring training this year, or he was already injured. They just waited 8 years to get him surgery.
The Bambino is alive and well, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Just don't get me started on these injuries to the Yankees again. I could talk about that for hours.
We could finish on baseball then.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't know what to tell you. But I think you got some pretty solid selections here.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best of luck
because the insight.
Baseball fantasy is one of the tougher things to do. You got to pay attention to it literally every day, make moves. People aren't playing.
Time-consuming for sure.
Oh, it's tough. I love baseball, and I don't even want to do it because then it'll ruin baseball for me. I stay clear of it.
I guess there is that that's always a possibility with fantasy. Wagering. It can change your love of the game for sure.
100%. All right, so where do we go to next? You tell me.
Were we doing another sport?
I mean, we could do the March Madness, even though we don't know much about it right now because we haven't been paying attention. But or we could skip it, do it another time. I mean, we got a couple weeks for it.
I gotta be honest, I don't really have much in terms of college hoops right now. I know a few teams won, but nothing significant really.
Yeah, I know there were a few upsets, and I was paying attention to it earlier in the weekend, but I'm blanking on who upset who at the time. So, I think we're just going to skip it and move on.
Yeah, funny enough, it's probably my favorite. It could be my favorite sports day of the year is that first, Friday of the tournament. I would always take off and just go out and watch the games, but I guess times have changed for myself. But I still love college basketball. I just haven't found the time lately.
All right, so now I got to ask you a question because I can't believe I'm hearing this. You're telling me day one of March Madness is better than the Super Bowl?
I guess technically it's day 2, but yeah, Super Bowl's overrated for me. Like for me, opening weekend NFL, that's like pinnacle of football for me.
I gotta tell you, I'm learning way too many things about you today that I never knew.
Hey, I mean,
there's not a bigger day.
Peeling back the layers.
Yeah, you're like a banana. Jesus.
Pause.
Yeah. But I don't even know if I should say that anymore.
Is it safe? Or did we just get canceled?
I think we did. We're not even through the first show yet.
We didn't even make it through one episode.
No.
We've already been canceled.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
We got Me Too.
We'll just name it something else and go from there.
Yeah, always keep an extra round in the chamber.
Yeah, keep it fresh. But seriously, the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
How could you not love the Super Bowl? I get it. The halftime show sucks. a lot of the commercials now are overrated because they got away from like the really funny ones back in the day. But
I guess it's too much pageantry for me. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I feel like once there's not a game on at 1:00 on Sunday East Coast time, that's when I start losing interest. Yeah, I guess it's it's just for me. It's like that. My favorite thing about the NFL is 1:00 start Sunday. Like that's to me. That to me is the best thing about it. And once it starts going back towards the money, that's when you lose me a bit.
all right, fair enough.
And it's but I get it. It's money makes things easier. So they're worried about their advertising and pockets got to be lined. I get it. So
well, hopefully soon we're worried about that.
Again, my opinion.
Well, I'm going to hold you to that when hopefully people are knocking on our door for some money and some advertising and this, that, and the other thing.
It'd be a good problem.
Yeah, right? I'd like to have the NFL's problem.
See, I guess.
Maybe an anniversary show, or they take us on the road somewhere to AC or Vegas to do a show. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if whoever's listening, we're willing to travel. We like to get out there and interact. So,
we're men of the people, as you would say. We like to interact with everybody, good or bad.
That's it.
No big deal to us. I'm still shocked with this whole Super Bowl thing, though. I don't think I'm going to be able to let it go. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this.
Well,
for me, the Super Bowl is one of the best days of the year. I feel like it should be a national holiday.
Yeah,
with all that money,
I'm not against that. I'm not against it.
They should give me off Monday because I'm celebrating the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Right. Yeah, and then you have the thing too. It's like, do you take off that Monday so that your employer knows that okay, this guy definitely he's gonna overdo it, or maybe he has some kind of issue. We could go a lot of different ways there, but
I mean, even if you just want to have a party and enjoy the Super Bowl and not go to work early in the morning the next day.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be substance induced.
Yeah, I feel like millions of people just want to drink a couple beers, have some wings, maybe a burger or two.
Peace of mind.
Right. And then just not have to wake up at the crack ass of dawn to go to work and do the normal Monday to Friday work thing for once.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't looking at the bigger picture there.
That's all right. That's what you got me here for, the bigger picture guy.
Perspective.
Yeah,
Bird's eye view.
Have you been watching any of the Knicks lately?
Again, not much. I know they are playing better, I think, as of late.
They have.
I have Brunson in fantasy, and he's been awesome.
He's been hurt, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, he did get hurt, but I'm sorry, before that he was awesome.
Right.
But I haven't really been following that closely.
What about our local hockey teams? Following any of that lately? Because I'm not a hockey guy, so you better be following it.
I don't. We need who did we say we were going to get for that?
Somebody. We're going to get somebody in here to start talking hockey because we could care less about hockey, which is a shame until the playoffs. But
yeah, we need a hockey guy, so we're working on it.
We'll figure it out.
We'll get that out there for all you puck sluts and what's the other thing? Hockey enthusiasts.
That's probably a better way to describe it, I would think. Hockey enthusiasts.
There you go.
Even hockey lovers. Who knows?
Hockey lovers.
Hey,
that could be a song. I mean, it just has a good ring to it.
Yeah, if you could write one.
We'll see.
What else we got? I don't know. We go all over the place here with this one.
Should we go television?
We could do television.
Oh, television / streaming.
Whatever you'd like to talk about.
Okay, what are you watching?
I recently just started The Last of Us. I don't know if you've been watching that.
Yes, I am loving The Last of Us. I've only watched the first 5 episodes, but it's incredible, and the end of the 5th episode was intense.
Well, don't ruin it for me or anyone else that hasn't seen it.
I would never.
I only got to the first 2 episodes. I'm liking what I see so far. It's a little crazy. Like, there's different types of monsters. I don't even know if you call them zombies, but some are zombies, and then others are, like, these weird creatures with, I don't know what you call it, like, veins all over their heads or, like, some kind of fungi. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's fungus that's
that just
spores
grows.
or something.
Yeah. But they're, like, 2 different types from what I've seen.
Did you ever play the video games?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. But I heard it's a really good video game.
Yeah, the games are incredible, both of them.
Is it similar to the show?
Yeah, it's very similar. The show's also made by, I think, the same showrunners that did the Chernobyl. It was that like a mini series, which is also incredible. So yeah, shout out to those guys. I'm sorry that I did not look up your name, but big fan for sure.
Oh, that's funny. I gotta tell you. So I just started watching Last of Us because I was just watching Blackbird on Apple
right.
TV.
Did you finish that?
I finished it. I finished it the other day.
I only watched like the first episode of that, I think, but it was really good. I liked the cast, great cast. But yeah, I never got around to it. So how did you find it?
It was really good. I mean, obviously it's a true story. I'll tell you this.
Oh, it is. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the cast looks almost exactly like the real people.
Wow.
So when you see them, I'm not gonna ruin the rest of the show for you, but at the end they show you the real people and everything like that, and it's almost like spitting images. Like great casting, great show all around.
Excellent.
I guess a brief synopsis of it is it's about a serial killer that kills like children, and they send a confidential informant into prison to get him to confess and try and find the bodies. And that's pretty much what the whole show is about. Obviously, that confidential informant was, locked up for drugs and guns. So,
Right.
They had him go on in there to...
Deep cover.
Yeah, deep cover to free himself. So, if you haven't seen it yet, I suggest you watch it. Blackbird. It's on Apple TV. Great show. It's a short miniseries. It's like 6 episodes, so... It's not long to watch. You can finish it in like a week. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get back into that, and then maybe we'll discuss at a later date.
Yes, we'll make sure we do, and hopefully at some point we'll get people asking us questions on any of our social media accounts, and we'll talk about some of those things too. If people have suggestions out there about TV shows that they like, feel free.
Yeah, we'd love to hear them.
We'll come up with some of our social media accounts probably on the next episode. We'll lay them out there for you. So if you actually listen to this one, fantastic. Listen to the second one, and we'll get that out there for you. Let's see, what else do I got? There's a lot of shows that I haven't watched that you told me about, so I can't really talk about them because I haven't watched them yet. One of them was Peripheral, I think.
Yeah, Peripheral. Yeah.
Yeah, I did finish that.
Nice. What did you think of that?
That was interesting. A little confusing in the beginning, like
it's
sometimes
complex for sure.
Sometimes you're not totally paying attention because you're doing other things while you're at home, multitasking and whatnot. But
right.
By the end, it all came together well. And I don't know if they're gonna have a second season, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think they'll definitely have a second season. I would imagine. I think it was like 8 episodes long, so kind of short, I guess, in a sense, but also, very in depth. So there's definitely some length in terms of, the content in itself. It definitely. I'm sure the book is really good too. That would just be my thought on it. But yeah,
Wait, it was a book?
Yeah, it's a book too. Yeah.
Well, there's no chance of me reading that because I don't really read books. But if you read, check out the book.
There you go.
The one they're coming through again with some
pick it up on
useful
Amazon
knowledge.
Or I'm sure Barnes and Noble's probably has it too.
Listen, if you can't pick it up on Amazon,
an extra S on that.
I don't know what's wrong with you because almost everything in the world is on Amazon.
Right.
So if you can't pick it up there, we should probably hit you in the head with a rock.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we could. I'm just gonna jump off the course here for a minute, and I guess
I love when you do this. Go ahead, jump off course. Let's go.
I'm gonna talk a little bit about books, things that I'm reading lately, because my friend mentioned here, he's not really one to pick up a book and
no chance in hell.
So, I've been on more of a spiritual kick lately. I read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Great book. I highly recommend it. I actually think it should be required reading in maybe high school. That I found a lot of value in that one. Let's see what else. I also read the Bhagavad Gita. I found a lot of good stuff in there as well.
So what are these books? Are these all like self wellness
Well,
books or?
the power of now is just about like staying in the present, accepting like the isness of everything, just how the past and the future are like, things that you're it's just something in your mind. It doesn't really exist. The Gita is, I guess it's similar, and it tells a story of like this epic battle. I guess it's like, good and evil is a theme there, but it's also, very deep. I think Amish has read it as well. Me and him talked about it, and we both found a lot of value there. What else? The book I'm reading right now is called The Disappearance of the Universe by Gary Renard, I think. I'm really digging this book so far. I don't really have a lot on it because it's been harder for me to focus as of late, but I imagine I'll, get deeper into it soon. But yeah, and then I also ordered a book today. It's called A is for Anarchist by Billy Woods. Shout out to Backwoods Studios. Big fan of all his work, all their work. And so that's it on books briefly.
All right, well, I guess with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. Once again, I just want to let you guys know, if you're looking for a lawyer in the tri-state area, look no further. We have a lawyer for you for all your legal needs, such as starting a new business, buying any businesses, closings, wills, etc., etc., etc. He could do it all. You could contact him. His name's Amish Doshi at 516-622-2335 or on his website, www.doshilegal.com. And we're back. We're going to go right back to talking about some TV shows that I think you should watch, or we should watch, because maybe neither one of us has seen it. So I'm going to start off with Yellowstone. Wander, I don't think you've seen a lot of it.
No, I haven't seen any, but I hear good things.
What about their prequels, 1883 and 1923?
I wasn't familiar with that, no.
So those are on Paramount Plus. I think Yellowstone's on Peacock. It's probably the most popular show out there right now on TV.
Wow. Doing big numbers.
If it's not, it's damn close. I wasn't a fan of it. It's like almost like a cowboy thing. Cowboys and Indians, maybe at times the older episodes are. It's not really a thing I usually like, but it's got like a new aged
spin
on it, and it takes place in Montana. It's awesome.
Cool.
Anyone out there that's listening needs to watch it if you haven't already, especially if you live anywhere near Montana. I'll tell you this, after watching that show, I probably never want to go to Montana. Some of the crazy shit they do out there, if in fact they are true, I know sometimes it's all fiction and whatever, but if any of that is pulled from any kind of truth, I'm good with never going to Montana or any kind of states like that again.
It sounds like there's some wild people out there, possibly.
Yeah, not possibly. There definitely is some wild cowboys out in Montana. And I think that's why they made the show. I can't be certain about it because I don't know the guy that made the show, so I don't know where any of this is coming from. But let me tell you this. 1883 is like a prequel, like how it all started from like the Oregon Trail and them traveling to Montana.
The roots.
Yeah, and it's a wild 10 episodes.
Okay.
Wild.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
And then 1923 ain't far behind it. It's not as good as 1883,
right,
but Harrison Ford's in it, and it's really good.
Okay.
How it ends off. And I think they're going to do a second season of 1923, so that's cool. And they're going to get closer and closer to the gap of when Yellowstone first started, which is somewhere in the like their future, but our present.
All right.
Yellowstone is current right now, but I guess our time frame. I guess other things you wanted me to watch that I have not yet. I wanted to talk about is The Winning Time.
Yeah, that I really enjoyed from last year. I thought John C. Reilly was great in everything. I thought he was great as Dr. Jerry Buss. I thought the gentleman that played Kareem was outstanding. I thought Adrian Brody was fantastic.
Adrian Brody's in there?
He's Pat Riley, and he's fantastic.
Is he?
Yeah, don't fucking sleep on him.
I can't get behind that guy. Maybe it's his nose. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's when he was in that Predator movie.
You're hating a little.
I am hating a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
I'll tell you this: when
you might have to look else inside, or
I don't know. I'll watch it because you're great at throwing me TV shows.
Thank you for that.
Every time I get a TV show from you that I watch, I always enjoy it. So I'm gonna watch it regardless. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Adrian Brody's gonna be hard for me to get past because he was in that Predator movie.
I have
that
faith.
Predator movie was good, but they made him almost like Arnold in the original Predator, and I couldn't see past him being a tough guy.
It hurt your inner child's appreciation of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, he just can't hold a candle to him. Like when you make a movie, The Predator, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is like the biggest human being on the planet at the time, and he's fighting a predator, and he's having a hard time. And then this guy just does it like with barely breaking a sweat. Like I can't get behind that.
Okay.
And then he changed his voice, and
hey,
they buffed him up a little bit. I just wasn't buying it.
Man of many talents.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I'm not the only one that said this. It's not just me.
Okay.
I know there's plenty of people out there.
There's a bias out there against Brody. Bias against Brody.
Wanda, you couldn't have said it any better. There's thousands, if not millions, of people that are behind that comment.
Well,
and hopefully I hear from them.
I think he sleeps well at night either way. So.
Oh yeah, because he's filthy freaking rich. So yeah, I get it. I'm sure he sleeps well in his giant ass mansion. With a cook and a fitness regimen and a trainer.
As he lights his cigar with a crisp honeybee.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Fuck him. You just got me mad at this guy now. Now I don't even know if I can watch the show.
Yeah, so he was great as Pat Riley, and
who's Magic Johnson in that?
The girl. Oh man, that guy's fantastic. I think he never acted before, but he knocked it out of the park for sure. I'm not sure if it was his first time acting, but man, it's like you feel like he's Magic Johnson.
Really?
Yeah, just killed it, literally.
Really?
Yeah, and.
Killed it? Killed it?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't use that word there.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have. Because now I'm wondering who he killed.
But, no, he did an outstanding job, and I look forward to seeing him in more stuff in the future.
Now, is that just a one-season show? Is it like a mini spin-off?
Yeah, it was made off a book. Again, I'm sorry if that bothers you, but I think it was made from a book. I'm not sure of the book, but if you give it a quick Goog, I'm sure you can get the info there. Apologies to the author of Winning Time.
I'll never be upset with you.
If it's even called that.
Yeah, I'll never be upset with you for mentioning that a show is a book or a movie's a book. I'm fine in my own skin knowing I don't like to read books. So, and anyone that knows me knows I hate reading. So
shout outs to
everybody.
Libraries.
Yeah, libraries across the world for making me hate books. Shout out to St. Mary's High School for making me read books during the summer, which is probably what caused me not to read.
There's some trauma there.
100%. Like, who wants to read books in the middle of the summer when you could be out playing sports and having fun with your friends? I don't get it.
So you're a nature boy is the vibe I'm getting.
I don't know if I'm a nature boy. I just like to be outside playing sports.
Okay.
I'm not climbing trees per se, even though I've done that, I guess, when I was a kid. But, I'm not
You like
over
the
there.
ball field.
Right.
Not
I'm a sports
not a gym rat, but
sports enthusiast.
Yeah.
Is that what they call us?
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Sure.
I'm 40 and I still play softball.
Right on.
I can still play some football, I guess. Stickball, whatever.
Excellent.
Hey
man.
A little golf doesn't hurt nobody.
Stay active, dude.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Health is wealth.
Definitely. And we'll talk about that in a little while with our little quick fitness segment that we're gonna bring out. Any other shows you got? Because I still got some. I can still rattle off some for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You ever see on Prime Hunters?
That I have not.
Oof.
That's the one with Pacino?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Great show. It's about a bunch of, I guess, like Jewish people that survived the Holocaust and whatnot, and they go out hunting Nazis that, I guess, did what they did during the Holocaust.
Right.
And they bring them, I guess, a little vengeance. It's a good show. There's 2 seasons of it on Prime. It's pretty wild.
Well, I loved Inglourious Bastards, so I'd probably dig that show. So I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's probably that and then some. To be honest with you, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Inglourious Basterds was during the war, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is like way after, and all these Nazis have their own lives under like new identities.
Are they in
aliases.
South America and stuff like that?
I think they're all over.
Yeah.
I haven't. The first season was out a few years ago. They just brought out the second season.
But obviously they fled. Yeah, everything was over at that point.
Yeah, they fled everything. It's way in the
Gotcha.
way past the war and everything like that. And they actually lived regular lives, the Nazis, and the whole point of the hunters are finding them
so
and then putting them down.
That, yeah.
For lack of a better word, they put them down, almost like you write to,
Rightfully so.
A pet or something that isn't going to make
you
it
reap
much
what
longer.
you sow.
Right.
They say.
Agreed. But you definitely check that out. I haven't heard a bad thing about it. I guess one of the last ones I'm going to talk about, before I just go on off my own tangent, is Your Honor on Showtime.
Oh, great show.
Tell us about it.
I haven't seen much of the second season. The first season I loved. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought it was a one and out with the conclusion of the first season, without spoiling anything. But I am pleasantly surprised that it's back. Cranston, great in everything. The gentleman who was Bunk on The Wire, he's also great. And
That guy Bunk is in a lot of stuff.
yeah, great actor.
Yeah.
I should know his name, but
We
I'm
don't.
drawing a blank there.
Once again, just all opinions, not facts yet. We don't have our geek squad yet. Hopefully one day we will.
Yeah, that would be a good feature, I would say.
Right. That and more
Is there
technology.
anybody else in the show that I'm forgetting? I don't think so. But what did you think of it?
I didn't watch it yet.
Right, I forgot.
So I just wanted to give the people a little taste of what they should be watching if they're not watching it out there. And if they're looking for something to watch when they're bored at home, either on the weekends or whenever the hell they're off during the week, and they got nothing to do, they could throw on one of these shows that we pick for them, and then if they like it, send us a shout out on one of our social media things. Once again, we'll have that up and running in the next episode. But yeah.
And I've only heard good things about season 2, so definitely looking forward to that as well.
So one of my friends, who shall remain nameless for the time being, watched the second season and literally watched it in a day. So
It's over already?
I think all the episodes are out.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you could just binge watch it like I know most of us like to do now, which is probably why I haven't seen it yet. Because I got to get through these other shows that I just started and I'm trying to finish, and then I'll move on to the next.
Right on.
One of the last things I want to talk about on TV that is a little old. It came out after 9/11, which some of the shows that came out after 9/11 is very tough to keep it going, especially when I tell you the name of the show, 24. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. If you have not seen this, it is probably some of the best TV you'll ever watch in your lifetime. If you like suspense, drama, action, it was the first TV show of its time. It takes place in one day. Each episode is an hour in that day, and it doesn't stop. Now, to binge watch it is fantastic, but you got to put yourself in a certain mindset where every week you get one episode, maybe two, depending on if it's a season opener, and then you'd have to wait a week to see what happens next.
Right.
Like, that's ultimately important. Like, you don't know what that's like nowadays because you get to binge watch a lot of these TV shows.
Right,
and,
it's a different time for sure.
right, and even if they put it out every week, like nowadays you're just used to like, I'll let the show finish, then I'll watch the whole season, and that's it, and I could wait. But this show, after 9/11, you could not wait until next Monday, because that's when it was on. It was on Mondays at 8 o'clock at night on Fox. You couldn't wait to sit down in front of that TV. I remember telling my friends, you could not call me from 8 to 9 because I'm watching that show. I will not pick up. I will not be interrupted. I have to watch that show in its entirety.
It had your attention and
Full and undivided.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it, but if you haven't, it's a long process because I think it's 9 seasons and a movie.
I did see some of it at some point. I remember being, definitely being polarizing. So yeah, I just I'm not sure. I think I maybe caught some of it. But yeah, thank you for that.
You have to get back into it.
Okay.
You must. It's a must. I mean, some of the seasons, I would say there's like 2 of them out of the 9 that are a little, less to be desired, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Right.
But in a whole, for 9 seasons, it's a great TV show. A lot of suspense and everything like that. Please, 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 if you learn nothing more from this podcast right now, I hope you watch 24. Please.
Word up.
All right. And that's pretty much all I got for TV shows. Unless you got something else to add, Wander. I don't. You tell me.
No, next week I'll definitely bring more to the table. I'm sorry, folks. I've been more on the reading and meditating kick as of late.
Yes, which some of us on this show don't like. I'm not going to mention any names, but you need to get back into TV.
Hey, listen, different mediums for different mans.
All right, so I guess we'll do our last topic of the day, and it's going to be movies. We could go anywhere from here. So I'll let you kick this one off to see where you want to go, and I'll just chime in. Give it to me.
Yeah. Well, I trying to think of the last movie that I saw. Oh boy, this might be harder than it. I may not have anticipated how difficult this was.
I'm going to throw you curveballs all throughout the show. You got to get ready for it.
Well, I did see Ant-Man. That was maybe like a month ago. I was falling asleep a bit though, not because of the film, but I think just because of lack of sleep myself. But I did enjoy it. I liked the opening. I thought that was visually very cool. I thought, Paul Rudd, what's not to like about him? He's an American treasure for sure.
And he doesn't age.
He does not at all. I think he's like Benjamin Button.
What is that guy taking? Because whatever that guy's taking, we all need to take.
I think he's just, he's got it. Whatever, he's connected. And
to what, the Illuminati?
He walks it. No, he walks a righteous path. He seems like someone that walks with God, you might say.
Wow.
But yeah. So, what were your thoughts on that one, though? I know some people had problems with this movie.
Well, overall,
also,
it was
table setter as well. But go on.
Okay. So, for me, it was a good movie. I feel like it lacked, almost like what the second Doctor Strange lacked, Multiverse of Madness, it lacked a little bit more creativity. That movie, just like Doctor Strange, could have almost went anywhere, and you could have done whatever you wanted in that multiverse, or Quantumania, whatever quantum universe that was, and it just didn't. I'm not saying it was a bad movie, because Marvel lately has been making some pretty bad movies. And to me, besides Eternals, and I even hate to say this because I love the franchise and I love the guy, Thor Love and Thunder was almost as bad as you can get.
Yeah, that one, I feel like universally among our friends, I just, it didn't do it for me. And I love Taika Waititi. I'm a big fan of the Thor films, but yeah, it didn't really work that well, in my opinion.
Anyone that knows me knows I love the character of Thor, and the way Chris Hemsworth plays him is amazing.
I opened my beer with a Thor bottle cap opener, so yeah, I can confirm that you let me use. By the way, thank you.
Well, in the Wandering Pugs studio, where we're coming live from, there's a lot of that Thor stuff around here. So, you take a step in this apartment, and it shoots out at you. So I was even more disappointed in that movie. And it's Marvel. That's what they're doing right now. They're following the same theme. And like you said, the director for Thor: Love and Thunder, Waititi, yeah. He does such a great job with Thor Ragnarok. You almost thought it was a layup for him to do another good one. But I don't know what happened with that movie. But same thing with Ant-Man. It could have just been so much better than it was. I don't know if it was laziness or just the writers couldn't get on board with some extra scenes or better scenes they could have been a little more creative with. Some of the characters had no purpose in the movie. I know they wanted to give Hank Pym at the end, like, his time to shine, which is great. Could they have done it earlier in the movie? Like, the whole thing with the ants attacking Kang and destroying pretty much Kang makes almost no sense to me because Kang is one of the most powerful villains in the Marvel Universe.
That guy's a great actor too.
Yeah, 100%. Listen,
I forget his name.
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, Jonathan.
I think
Majors.
Is his name.
That guy can act. He's
Great. He's great
for sure.
I'm sure he was great in Creed 3 too. By the way, I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen that, but looking forward after maybe if once I watch Creed 2, then I can participate in the third.
Yeah, I mean, you probably should watch Creed 2 before you watch Creed 3. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Linear is usually the way to go.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, so the Ant-Man thing, like I said, it just could have been more, a little bit more creative, a little more action, a little more Kang destruction.
Can I take us? I'm sorry, go finish.
No, that's about it. I'm just rambling on.
Yeah,
you know?
I just wanted to. I'm gonna take a little turn here. And speaking of Watiti, I did just think of a television show that I really enjoyed. Maybe the best show on television when it's airing. Reservation Dogs. Have you heard of it?
No.
Great show on FX and Hulu. Shouts to Sterling Harjo, I believe is the showrunner, maybe creator.
Where's this show on?
FX. Oh, you mean what time?
No, like what channel
Oh,
and
it's
time?
on
Yeah.
FX and Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's Reservoir Dogs?
They have the deal. FX, I think, has the deal with Hulu. Yeah.
Or Reservation?
Reservation. I'm sorry. That's about the 100th time I've called it the wrong thing. But it's Reservation Dogs, and 2 seasons, and it's just a great show. Yeah, the kids on it are fantastic, and the writing is brilliant.
Awesome. So I guess let's switch back to movies. Now that we got that plug for the TV show out of the way, we're gonna go with. We talked about Ant-Man. Shazam was out this weekend. Didn't see it yet. Gonna go see it probably next week at some point. Not too excited about it because the villains in the movie are pretty much made up. It's nothing from in the comics. So normally when you make something up like that, it doesn't work out too well for you. So we'll see. I mean, I did enjoy the first Shazam. I don't know if a lot of people did, but I thought
it was really funny.
Yeah, like I mean, it's supposed to be more of like a kid thing. So they kept it as such,
Right.
Which I liked about it because not every
It doesn't have to be too serious.
Yeah, not every movie has to be super serious, especially comic book movies. Like
Right.
there should be a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
And it had a lot of that. Like
Excellent.
so hopefully the second one is like that too, and it gets some good reviews. I didn't get a chance to look at the reviews yet. I normally don't like to do that till after I see the movie, so I can have my own opinion of it first. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking forward to John Wick next week. Keanu Reeves with the whole John Wick saga. It's awesome. Like I could talk about this movie all day, but super pumped about that. I think it's the last movie they're going to make of it for at least a long time, from what the director said. So I'm hoping to see some kind of closure at the end where maybe these guys, all these assassins, leave him alone for a little bit. Let him live his life for Christ's sake, because he's been literally killing everybody in his way since...
I mean, this has got to be it, right?
I mean, you would think, but...
The killing has to end eventually.
How many more assassins do you want this poor guy to kill? Like,
Right.
They send him in drones and he just kills them all.
Yeah.
And he lives through everything. Like, at what point
makes an art of it, yeah.
At what point does he either die or do you just be like, we can't kill this guy, let him be. Like, let him go live his life with his dog.
Right. There has to be
leave him alone.
Some kind of finality.
Leave this poor bastard alone.
Yeah.
Right? Jesus Christ.
Right. Maybe like it's not gonna work, Maybe, spoiler alert, taking out his dog, that put, it's been, over since then.
Like, when are they gonna get it? When he kills every last assassin on the planet Earth?
Right.
Like, are they gonna have to bring aliens down somewhere to kill John Wick? Like, I don't know.
I'm surprised they haven't tried that already.
You know, like, what's next? Like, what do you do? Like, he's literally killed everybody up until this point, and I don't envision him dying in the fourth one. So he's literally gonna kill more and more assassins. So, like, what do we got here?
Right. I just saw a commercial for Paramount Plus. Have you seen anything on there?
Yeah, well, that's where those Yellowstone prequels are at. 1883,
right.
1923. The Tulsa King is really good.
Yeah, I heard Tulsa King is good. Haven't seen it though.
Sylvester Stallone is absolutely amazing in that show. Yeah. It's like, I don't know who wrote that damn thing, but they literally wrote it for him.
I don't have AMC Plus, but I just want to throw a quick shout out to Gangs of London.
Mm-hmm.
I think the second season is airing right now. The first season was incredible. I think Gareth Evans is the showrunner / I guess creator. Yeah, so big fan of that. Looking forward to the second season. I'm too cheap to pay for that, so I'll get to it at some point.
It's only on AMC Plus?
I think so.
There's another show also on AMC, Bags of Something. I can't think of it right now.
Oh yeah, what's that about?
I don't know. It's some kind of cowboy show as well.
So they're trying to hop on that Yellowstone wave. I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now, but it's not working out.
Gotcha.
Well, I'll find it.
Yeah. Well, hey, next episode you'll get into it a little more.
Maybe it's Bags of Bones. Let's see. Hold on a minute.
That sounds about right.
Nope,
Is
it's
that
not
a pirate show?
Nope, it's not it.
No.
Failing.
All right. Hey, listen.
We'll figure it out.
You're not supposed to find it today, maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe we'll find it another time. Maybe it'll be for the next episode.
Right on.
But no, there's a lot of good shows out there. Mayor of Kingstown is also on Paramount Plus.
Oh, my cousin loves that show, and he put my mother onto it as well, and she also thoroughly enjoyed it.
I've seen the first season. The second season's out now. I think it's 1 or 2 more episodes left in the season, and then I'll get on that second season and I'll watch that. It's a great show. It's almost like, how do I say it? He's like a jack of all trades. Like, he's in between, like, crime.
Right.
And his brothers are, like, corrections officers in Boston. Right. And he, like,
straddles a few different worlds.
He's like a shyster. He just makes deals with everybody to try to keep the peace.
Right.
That's basically what the show's about.
Right. Just trying to maintain order.
Yeah. And he has no purpose other than to do that.
Right.
But he's really good at it, apparently, because...
Yeah, shout outs to Jeremy Renner. Rest up, man. I hope you're feeling better. He was in that bad accident. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. It's good to say something like that because we all love him as Hawkeye in Marvel in the Avengers. And
Rest
all
up,
his...
King.
Right. All his stuff that he does is, awesome. Movies, TV shows. He's a very good actor. So we do hope he rests up and he gets back out there because... Hopefully, we need him to get the good old bow and arrow back again in one of the next Avenger movies.
Would love to see it.
Yeah, man. So hopefully he does, and he gets back as close to 100% as he can. And we wish him nothing but the best here on the show. And if he listens to the show and if he wants to come on out,
we'd love to have you.
We'd love to have him. That and almost anybody else that wants to come and just talk about nonsense for an hour, we'll have you on.
Come on down.
We'll have you on. Couple points that you want to talk about. We're all about it.
We might give you a beverage,
Yeah, give you some.
Who knows?
We'll do whatever we can do here to make you comfortable here at the Wandering Pug studio. So, anyone's welcome. You got questions, whatever.
We're here for you.
We're here. So, I guess with that being said, that's gonna wrap up our first podcast show. Kings of Opinion.
How do you feel, bro?
I don't know. I liked it. I think we did okay. Like, if people want to listen to us, we'll keep talking.
Yeah, we'll let you know. We'll definitely hit you with the socials and the where you can find us in the future. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you real soon.
All right. Have a good day. That's it. That's all she wrote, folks.